Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Ask Rebecca radio show. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope everyone had a great week. Before we get into tonight's predictions, I just wanted to share a little bit of news. I'm participating in a fundraiser this weekend in Fredericksburg, Virginia for St. Jude Children's Hospital called Crop for a Cure. I'll be donating my services for a silent auction and doing readings and energy work for the participants there. I plan on donating half of the money earned to St. Jude. For those of you that are unable to attend and would like to make a small donation, even $1 goes a long way. If you feel so inclined, no pressure, obviously. You can go to www.tridelta.org/crop, C-R-O-P. Again, any small donation is greatly appreciated. It goes towards a great cause. Who doesn't want to help little children that are struggling with medical conditions? So thank you so much in advance for anybody that does decide to donate. So let's get right into tonight's predictions. They'll run through to next Thursday, August 10th. These are general predictions for everyone in areas of love, work, finances, health, and spirituality. So the general theme for the week is going to be a combination of things: easy distraction, frustration, tired of waiting, tired period. I feel like some of us will be experiencing fatigue, patience, decisions being made by other people. There'll be need for new things, so there'll be energy where you feel like you need to do something new, like adventures or new approaches to things or new ideas. There'll be a lot of positive energy and follow-through that's going to be happening, but it's going to be a mixed energy type thing, so you may find yourself feeling and experiencing all of the above things, and it could be it could be that you want to do all these like new things and want to jump into like new ideas and approaches, but you're forced to wait. So you could end up feeling frustrated and be stuck learning how to be patient. So it's going to be another intense week ahead. I don't think it's going to be too crazy, but we do have a full moon lunar eclipse on Monday the 7th. And then on August 21st, a new moon solar eclipse. So we're right in between these two eclipses, and eclipses bring about lots of changes internally and externally. So there's lots of positives happening that may end up manifesting themselves with having to work through some old stuck belief systems or emotions and just energy that's going to come up that needs to be addressed. So if you can just again, acknowledge it, be aware of it, do an internal check with yourself. Why is this coming up? Okay, you just kind of try not to, freak out about it. And if you can just really reflect and just let it move through you, then everything will be fine. Work, for those of you that are employed, I feel like everyone next week will be more helpful than usual. So I feel like there's going to be this energy of maybe a team effort. I do feel like for some of you, it feels like a younger female energy that will be very helpful next week to you in some way. So whether, she helps file or help you get caught up on things that you're behind, I just feel like, again, it's going to be somewhat of a helpful energy. Now, some will experience stagnation at work, and to me it feels like, you're waiting on someone else to make a decision. So whether it's, your boss or your manager or something within the organization or business itself, other people are making decisions, and it's kind of keeping you stuck doing whatever it is you're doing or not doing. So it just kind of feels like there's no real flow of energy there. I do feel the outcome will be positive, but you'll have to practice patience for sure. So just kind of roll with that. I feel like overall it'll be a fairly easy work week. Those of you that are looking for jobs, I feel like if you've been waiting on a decision for a job that you've already applied for and interviewed for, I feel like there's good news coming your way, and it does feel like it you're going to be pleasantly surprised. So it feels like it's going to be better than you expected. Maybe you get $1 more than you thought, or, whether it shows up in the form of pay, or I feel like it could also be where you end up realizing like, wow, I really like this job. You didn't realize like how enjoyable it would be. And then there's going to be those of you that are stuck in that waiting limbo period as well. Just hang tight. Everything's going to shake loose. So just, again, try to roll with it. When you try to force things, it doesn't work in our favor. So again, just practice patience. Love, those of you that are in committed relationships or dating someone seriously or just dating, this is another week where there's a combination of energy that feels like make or break. So some will be feeling loving and affectionate, and I feel like then there's going to be those of you that are deciding if their relationship can be saved and how long you're going to keep trying to save it. So it could be just this weird kind of, again, this place of like, okay, I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of waiting for change. I feel like you're going to get more clear. And I do feel like both parties have to be willing to do the work. And if your partner isn't, well, then it may be time to move on. Some of you have been dating someone for a while, and I feel like you're feeling frustrated as to why the relationship hasn't moved to the next level of commitment, or you're feeling like you're not getting the attention and the love that you're craving or that you need. So in some way, I feel like your needs aren't being met. In those instances, I feel don't be pushy. It will backfire if you push that too much, or if you're being overly aggressive in the way that you're expressing your frustration and, seeking that commitment. I feel the better solution is instead focus on loving yourself and figure out what you want for yourself. And when your attention is back on you, I feel like your partner will show up in the way that you want, and, things will be back to a more cohesive unit type situation where everybody's needs are being met. So be patient and things will work out before you know it. Those of you looking for love, I do feel for some of you, someone new is about to burst into a few of your lives. Feels like it's somebody that you have a lot in common with, and there's a sense of adventure. So it might be something exciting and new, or maybe a first date ends up being like, you go to the theme park and ride some roller coasters, or you're doing something out of the ordinary, not, like a traditional low-key movie date or something. It just feels like a sense of adventure. So definitely take a chance and have some fun. Other singles, I feel like it's going to be a focus on yourselves, introspective kind of thing. Maybe again, sorting out like what you want, what you need, all these things. Maybe even working through some issues of your own that are keeping you from actually putting yourself out there. So, if you're in a place where you want to be in a relationship and you want to have love in your life, but you're not doing anything to actively go out there and participate, then, I feel like you're going to be realizing that and focusing on that sort of energy. Finances, for some things, I just feel like there's like this no motion forward. Like, to me, it feels like there's no moving forward financially next week. So if you've been waiting on something financially to happen, I feel like next week it's just things are going to be in flux. So and another thing is saving money. I feel like some of you are going to be more on the bandwagon of, okay, I got to save money. You're looking towards the future. You're paying attention to what you're actually spending. I feel like some of you are going to actually make a connection that you might be overspending or underspending, or, again, there's like contemplation surrounding money and not a lot of movement. I do feel for others, you'll be seeing some of your hard work pay off. So like the seeds that you planted months ago, even maybe even a year ago or more, I feel like you'll start seeing those things come to fruition. So maybe you started a business, a year ago, and now all of a sudden you're starting to see, more clients, or in some way, I just feel like, again, you're going to get a payoff for whatever hard work that you've actually put in, all the hard positive things that you've done to better your life financially overall. And I do feel, again, it's a good time to be looking for planning for the long term. So some will be starting retirement investments this week. Health. Some of you will be taking control over your health issues this week. I feel like you're going to be incorporating exercise and nutrition. Nutrition really seems like a big thing. I feel like some of you are really going to wake up to, eating more organic and really reading labels and seeing what's in your food. I feel like that's really important. I feel like you guys are going to be feeling, you're ready to look good, feel better, whether it's lose a couple pounds, tone up a little bit, whatever it is. I feel like that's what you're going to be focusing on. Some of you, I feel, are anxiously awaiting test results or information of some kind concerning your health, or maybe even a family member's health. And I do feel like there's going to be a delay in finding out that information, but I do feel you need to stay positive about things and advocate for yourself. So do some research, get informed, do whatever it's going to take to just kind of ride this out. Spirituality this week, it feels like a creative time. You may find yourself more childlike and enjoying yourself more this week. Patience is the biggest theme that I really feel is going to be the major thing this week. So, I feel like just if you feel triggered when it comes to patience, maybe just meditate, try to go within, be still, figure it out. I know a lot of people, I've heard so many people pray for patience and say, oh, God, give me patience, or, I'm praying for patience. Well, careful what you wish for, because the universe has a wicked sense of humor. And when you're wishing or praying for patience, the universe will shower you with opportunities to practice and become patient. The universe doesn't take a magic wand and go, ping, you are now a patient person. Doesn't happen that way. It requires action on your part. So I really feel like this week you'll be tested in the patience department. Hang in there. I do feel like, again, it will all work out, and I don't feel it'll be that intense, but it's going to be noticeable enough to come up into your awareness. So that wraps up this week's predictions. I hope everyone has a great week ahead, and try to stay grounded and pay attention to what's happening internally. So let's see, I did connect earlier today with a crossed over loved one for those of you who are subscribed to my YouTube channel. So if you'd like to receive messages, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get them from any crossed over loved ones. So this one is a little short, and I was just getting the name Mary, Marie, then the song Mary Had a Little Lamb just kept playing over and over again. And to me, it felt the connection was possibly referencing a real life, like a real animal, the real thing, a lamb, or even a toy, or maybe it was like a lamb that this person or you, whoever the message is for, actually had as part of their life and interacted with, or I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason, the lamb was coming through big time, and even fleece white as snow. So to me, that kind of felt like the location of wherever you are, you experience snow, and to me, it feels like a colder climate. And puzzles. So to me, there was also a mention of puzzles, and it felt like this person enjoyed doing puzzles, whether it was crossword puzzles or actual picture puzzles, but any kind of puzzles at all that really resonated with this person. And I wasn't getting whether it was female or male energy. It felt like someone that has maybe crossed over more recent because the person was having a difficult time really communicating with me. So it was very short snippets of odd things here and there. But one of the things that kept coming through as well was, hello, it's me. I'm here. I never left. And I love you. I'm always here. I'm always with you, no matter what. So hopefully that resonates with someone out there. And, just know that your loved one is nearby and always, always around. So before I take the caller, let's do a quick moment of Zen to help everybody navigate this eclipse energy. So close your eyes, open your palms, and tell yourself you're open to receive. And I will connect with your guides and my guides, and we'll send you some good energy just to help you with the week ahead. All right, come on back. I do feel like you're going to be in the energy through the evening, so there may be some of you that might experience what I would describe as anxiety or feeling like the energy, maybe a vibration, a pulsation. I do feel like that energy is going to be working for a little while, so I'm sorry if you end up not getting a good night's sleep, but you will tomorrow. Okay, so let's go ahead and take the caller. Let me see who I have here. I have Rachel in New South Wales, Australia. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Hi, so I'm sure you have some questions for me, but one of the things before we get started that I was feeling for you right away was I feel like you're thinking about leaving a situation. So I feel like, I don't know if it's maybe you're contemplating leaving a relationship, a job, or a living arrangement, or something that's not working for you any longer, I feel is kind of weighing on you. And I do feel like you've been thinking about this a lot, but also more from an emotional, reactive type place. And I feel like maybe, there's some contemplation that still needs to happen and some thinking to weigh all the pros and cons before you actually make a decision. Does that resonate with you at all?
Oh, I've left a job recently.
Oh, okay. So you already just left the situation.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have any specific questions for me?
My dad passed away last year. So I was hoping, I feel a bit of guilt.
Oh no. Okay. What is your dad's name?
Brian?
Okay. Let me see if I can connect with him. Okay, was he, well, I feel like he had gray hair, but was he kind of what I would consider rough and gruff? Like, I feel like he worked with his hands, and I don't know if it was like farming or, I just feel like he was, I don't know, building, or I feel like he's just kind of like a tough guy. Does that resonate? Is that him at all?
He used to build stuff and do renovations and stuff like that.
Okay, that makes sense then, because I feel like like his hands look like they've been, he's worked hard with his hands. So there's physical, that's what I'm seeing, is just that he was very physical. Let's see what else I can get from him. Okay, so are you feeling like you weren't there? He's making me feel like you weren't there enough for him when he was passing or when he was sick. I feel like, to me, it doesn't feel like it was sudden. What did he pass sudden, or was it like a time period where? Rachel, can you hear me?
It was kind of sudden, but he was sick for a while, but not physically sick.
Okay, but he's making me feel like you feel you weren't there for him enough. Like it almost feels like so he's trying to share your perspective. So from your perspective, it's you feel like you avoided him and you didn't deal with him enough, or like if he wanted to get together or something, you just didn't have the time, or some sort of, again, where you're lacking in being there for him, whether it's supportive or showing up. Is that the guilt that you're dealing with?
Yeah.
Okay. He doesn't see it that way. And I feel like even when he was living, I do feel like he did get on your case. I feel like he did maybe try to guilt you and use a little bit of manipulation to kind of help make you feel bad during certain situations. But now that he's crossed over, that's not the case. Like, he sees the bigger picture and understands that your relationship was always a bit standoffish. He feels like he was a difficult person to deal with, and that he wasn't always sensitive to understanding you. He actually feels guilty about not getting to know you better. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, so he feels like, he's the one that should be feeling guilty, not you. And over there, he's saying he sees the whole picture and that he apologizes for his role in pushing you away and not inviting you to feel comfortable around him. Where to me, it feels like he was always like grouchy with you. Like, no matter what you said or did, he was just always, like, the word bitchy comes to mind. Like, he's just always finding things to pick at you about. Would you agree with that?
Yep.
Yeah. Is there anything you want me to ask him, or anything that you would like to say he can hear? And I mean, I know we're on the radio, so, whatever you feel comfortable with. It's okay. Let it out. Let it out. This is exactly what you need. You got to get it out. He said, let it go. You just have to let it go. You have no reason to feel guilty. Everything happened as it should, and you just need to release that guilt. There's nothing to feel guilty about. It was both of you, right? Everybody has to take responsibility for their actions. He's taking responsibility for his role and everything. And he says he's sorry that he wasn't a better father and didn't treat you like the little girl and princess that you wanted to be on some level, right? Like, I feel like he's making me feel as if he always came at you as if you were a man, a boy, like very hard, like if you got in trouble, he, would want you to like do physical, like drop and give me 20 push-ups or spank you or, whatever the case is. Like, I just feel like he's saying he dealt with you in a way as if you were a boy and he was very hard on you. But he's saying he had a lot of fear. Do you have a brother or a sibling?
Yep.
Okay, so he's got guilt about that too, because I feel like he treated your sibling, a brother. Is it a brother?
Yep.
Yep. I feel like brother was gold, right? Like, he just did not know how to deal with the emotional side of things, and he feels bad about that. He really does. Would you like me to ask him anything for you?
I just want to know why he did it.
So did he curse? Because he's cursing and he's calling himself a lot of bad names that I can't say on the radio. But he's basically saying because he was crap. He was a piece of crap dad is what he's saying. Paraphrasing. He says he loves you and he's sorry and he wants you to go on with your life and to stop holding on to this pain and this guilt because it's going to keep you stuck in life. So let it go. He's owning up for his role in everything. So please, I feel like just have a good cry tonight. Do you want him to give you a sign at all that he's around, or would you like him to leave you alone?
I want to know he's still around.
Okay. I have 60 seconds left, but he said that he's going to give you a sign. So pay attention. I feel like it will be something within your home. So I don't know, he's not telling me what he's going to do, but when you see it or hear it or feel it, you'll know that it's him. And again, he's giving lots and lots of he's apologizing and he's saying he's sorry and he loves you and to please just let this pain go.
Yep.
Try to have a good night. Just let it all out, okay? Have a good cry. Take a hot shower and just cry it all out. So that's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. I look forward to connecting with you next week. If you'd like to book a session with me, you can contact me at AskRebecca@gmail.com or call or text 407-374-3133. And I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great week, everyone. Good night.